Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. I greet you in the location and city you're listening from. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in when you get a chance. So today we are going to talk about burning out. I have an invitation for you. How you guys doing? How you doing? Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. When you get a chance, come on in and I greet you and thank you. So today we want to talk about burnout. I have an invitation for you. This invitation is exclusive invitation to allow you to rest, allow you to get burnt out. Most of us don't think we have a choice. We actually think, oh, but I can't, but I don't know how, but I'm too busy. I have too much going on. That's always an excuse for us to drive ourselves crazy. So what I want to do today is share some insights on, I'm going to go biblical on you guys. That kind of share some of what did God say about rest. I feel like each time I try to do something, I always want to wonder, what did God say? I try to learn this thing from my spiritual mother. She's one that will always, every time that she want to do something, she will, let's give me time, I'm trying to share this. Every time she tries to do something, she always want to find out, what did God say about it? So, what did God say about rest? And we know that there is an intentional passages in the Bible that indicates about resting. I say intentional because I think most of us tend to forget that some of the things that have happened in our life can be very intentional. So maybe we should begin to think about things that way, begin to picture life as being focused, intentional. Why are things happening? Yesterday, I shared with you guys about how you can link things together. You can begin to link things together to see if it's going to work for you or to see if you're going to find that connection that will make you feel like you're on the right path. And I talked about that because when you begin to connect some of the ordeals you go through in life, it will help you. When you begin to connect some of the things that happen in your life, it makes you want to stay a little bit focused. So we're going to talk about resting. You know, like I told you guys, we are always busy. Everybody is busy. Whether you have money or you don't have money, you're busy. Rest and busyness is not about money anymore. It's not even about, oh, I don't have money. Even when you want to worry about whether you don't have money, you're still busy. So people are very busy. But we want to think about, what did God say about resting? Good morning, Uzadima. Good morning, Kalechiku. How are you? Thank you and welcome. Please share this when you come in and let me know where you're watching from. So we're going to talk about what did God say about burnout. You know, when you burn out, you need to rest. So I'm going to give you an invitation to come and rest. And this is God's invitation for you to rest. Think about the time you meant to spend time with God, spend time doing the things that you love. Think about all those times that you meant to just say, let me just do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Think about those times. Was it out of spite or was it just because you had too much going on? You have too much going on. Burnout doesn't just affect you because you work from 9 to 5. Like I said, anybody can get burnout. It affects your life with God. It affects life with your loved ones. It affects your life to do the things that you're supposed to be doing in this world. Burn out, tired, affects your life to live a purposeful life. To delight in this burnout we're talking about, to delight in the joy of life, I need to seek a way to get rest. And you can seek that through God. You can seek that through finding out why you were created, which is connected to what God wants for your life. So you are born out, you're always tired, you're always complaining. It's always like some people can't understand. The people can't understand what's happening to you. You need a life of margin and rest. Today, I'm going to take you a little bit into where you can begin to understand this thing they call rest. Maybe you want to think about it because most of us don't remember, even when Jesus walked, He found one day to rest. So that is teaching us something. And that rest that they talked about by Jesus was intentional. He wants to make us know that I want you guys to rest. I want my children to rest. So no matter how busy you are, everything is piling up. You need to find a way to rest. As I'm going through this plan that I'm talking about, I'm going to be sharing some stories to maybe help you, because sometimes we don't know how we let ourselves drift off because we're busy chasing everything about this world. Over this plan, we're going to talk about the spiritual practices of rest and how it works against burnout in your life. You're going to learn, I want to talk about the scriptures that shows how God encourages his people, his children to rest. God encourages us to rest. God doesn't want us to get burnt out. That's why there are some specific intentional verses in the Bible that talked about resting. When he delays some things, he wants you to use it to go into a spiritual encounter, to think about things and be able to now come back out. When you're resting, don't feel guilty about it. Me, I don't feel guilty about resting. In short, if I get up in the morning, I'm able to get up. I can put a blanket back over my head. I don't feel bad about it. Resting is not laziness. It's when you intentionally overdo it. But when you need to rest, you need to rest. When your body is tired, you need to find a way to rest. So God encourages us to rest. We want to talk about what you can do every day to get familiar. Where is it that you're gonna sit and say, this is what I want to do so I can rest? Because I don't want you to be dangerously tired. Are you dangerously tired? You guys know what I'm talking about. There are people that are dangerously tired. It's wearing on them. If you can tell, nobody, there's no a hidden agenda that they are not tired. If you describe how you can train a human being, your body, to operate on a 4-hour of sleep night, I can do that. I've trained my body not to sleep to just be awake for 48 hours. So you can train your body like that. It's up to you. But at the end of the day, it's your body. It's going to wear that on you. Thank you for 50 stars, honey. Thank you. Love you. So it's going to wear that on you. So this thing about rest is something that you need to practice, because it's your body, it's your heart, it's your liver, it's your kidney, it's your whole system that you're overworking. I don't understand though. Let me tell you something. I can tell you how it's easy, and I'm going to give you a certain example about that. But we are describing the dedication and work ethics that you are expected to practice. You are expected to practice certain dedications and ethics that is going to help you to invest time in resting. I have shared that there's 24 hours in a day. Take 2 hours out of that 24 hours every day for you. Take 7 to 6. I don't sleep for 7 hours, but 7 or 8 hours to sleep. Give 14 hours to job and people. So if you need to start a clock, practice this stuff. So you can be able to know that 2 hours you gave it to yourself. If you don't do anything, lay on the bed, close your eyes, go walking, go eat, go to a spa, do something, smile, listen to comedy. Me, I spend sometimes just listen to comedy if I just want to do that. So find 2 hours in the 24 hours. The other 2 hours, you can take it to combine it with your job, sleep, talking on the phone. But 2 hours of a quiet time when you don't want to do anything but yourself. That's when your plan is born. It's not when you're worrying and doing nothing. That 2 hours is not for you to go lay down on the bed and be thinking, who did something to you, who didn't call your name, and who did all this stuff. Rest is what is compulsory in your life. Crazy and extreme lifestyle. It's not. Anything that is too much is too bad. So if you're doing too much of anything and you're not resting, it's like me right now. I know that I go out sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then if I know that I need to take one day of that day to rest, I don't feel guilty about it. I just text somebody and say, you know what, I'm tired today. I cannot come out. Because you know at the end of the day, it's you. But you have to make that time out so you can be able to rest. How many of you depend on caffeine to wake up? To your existence and your responsibility. You feel like you never had enough time for all the things that you need to do in a day. You feel like the world keep racing and it's racing. You feel like things are moving on all the time. And it's true, they are moving on. The world is racing, things are moving on. You feel like you never get time to finish everything you want to do. It's true. It's not getting any better. So you have figured out by now that we are not going backwards, we are going forward. That means whatever it is that has been going on with you, right now, it's not getting any better. It has now escalated. So you have to make a time to rest. You don't want to go between getting good tired and dangerously tired. Good tired is when you put in a good day's work. You go home to relax and recover. And then you come back well rested and you're ready to go in a new day. Dangerously tired is when you push too hard for too long. You have pushed yourself over your limits. Dangerously tired is when you never seem to recover. That means you haven't recovered from what you just went through and you are now have to wake up the next day. You don't want to push yourself past. According to, I'm taking the Ruth, there's the Bible about the spiritual formation of these practices of resting. Dangerously tired is a symptom of this. When you're tired, it means that you are irritable. You're getting stuck in anger or sadness. You're pursuing behaviors that is not good for you. You like to just binge and watch and do stuff. Everything that you want to put your hand on, you feel like you have to do it yourself. That's when you're dangerously tired. You don't have patience. You keep thinking that 24 hours is not enough now. Because if you don't do it yourself, it's not going to get done. So you're dangerously tired when you're pushing against the normal. That will be your inability to rest when you have space to rest. You don't want to rest because your deep inner restlessness will not allow you to be quiet because you want to do everything. You don't know how to delegate. You don't know how to trust another human being. You feel like you have to keep doing everything yourself. And you feel like if your hand is not in it, you're not going to get it done. And people are pulling you from left to right. People are encroaching on your boundaries. You have to know how to set boundaries. Most of us don't know boundaries, but you need to know boundaries. You're allowing people to now encroach on your boundaries, and you have people to now have audacity to change the narratives of why you're doing what you're doing. Do you read those symptoms with nod and painful realization that, yes, that's me? In your guts, you know that this is affecting you. Do you describe with absolute burnout and exhaustion that you've been feeling? You're probably a dangerously tired mood. You have entered into the place that you must do something about it. This is not about I will. I have a project, when I finish it, I will. Or maybe tomorrow I will. Right now, you need to let go and release yourself so you can rest. You are not the only one important or that have to do something or not to do everything through life your way. You're not the only one, because when they put you on the ground, life is gonna move on. Nobody's waiting for you. I have not seen anybody that they put on the ground. A company will say, okay, now we're not gonna function because they're not there. They either change direction or they will rebuild or they will start something else. But life is going to continue to move forward. But you have to do something when you feel like you are in the state of being dangerously tired. Now, let me take you to the Bible where you can think about this. And remember, this is not what God desired of you. No matter what it is that you keep thinking, I don't have any choice and nobody's up to help me. Oh, it's because I have to do this. Because this person, if I don't do it, nobody's going to. That is not what God. You can start piling up excuses. Why you have to do everything. Why you have to get tired. Why you can pile it up. It does not make any difference. You are actually going against God's will for you. Each time you have to feel like you have to overwork yourself, you're going against God's will for you. And I want to tell you some stories about that. In Genesis, we see God's initial design of humans to do the work he set before them. God designed for us, me and you, to do the work that he set before us, not to fulfill the demands we or others have placed on us. Pay attention, because this is one of the things. I just read something on my inbox. Someone is telling me I must send them money to go and do this stuff. The person never asked me, do you even have money to send? Nobody's going to ask you, do you have it to do? But most of you, this country, we live in a credit country. Most of you go and put yourself. I used to be that stupid though. I'm not trying to tell you what I have done. I haven't done. I used to be mugu. The mugu is I go to the loan and borrow money, pay 20 to 30% interest on the loan because I want to help somebody. And at the end of the day, I'm struggling. I can't even take off one day because why? I had to keep paying. People that are poking on you does not understand that you're the only one that can set your boundaries. Set your boundaries. People cross your boundaries, cut them off. I'm not saying don't help people, but like me, nobody is gonna. People can say you don't help them. If I don't know you, I don't know you. But I have an obligation that is over my head. And that obligation for me to take it a piece at a time and know when I can take care of it. People in this country are getting burnout. People are dropping every day. There are people that are dropping every day in this country. That's because people don't know when they're dangerously burnt out. You're dangerously tired. And every day you're getting up. You're grinding. You're pushing. I understand that your debt is there. I understand that everything have to happen. But you need to take care of yourself. One trigger, you might not be able to take it back. And when that trigger starts, everybody will be looking at you and wondering, is anybody around you? I have someone that they just lost their life. Everyone keeps saying, oh, when they were alive, what were you guys doing? Excuse me, an adult that you know when you need to stop and take care of yourself. You're not doing it. So people are now accusing everybody around you that they don't celebrate you. People are going to come dance. People are going to eat your funeral. People are going to do that, whether you like it or not. Nobody is going to come to your funeral hungry. So you have to take care of yourself while you are awake. Nobody's going to be accusing anybody about that. So when you're dangerously tired, you are working against what God designed for you. Period. There's no two ways about it. You have too much. You're taking too much based on the capacity that God gave you. And when you get there, you're going to have to ask yourself the hard questions. At the end of the day, you have to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. So think about when I say dangerously tired. When you never recover, your body's supposed to recover every day. That's why relax and rest is important at the end of a work day. If your body is not recovering, you are dangerously putting your body through stuff. And one day that trigger will start. What you don't want to do is allow it to start. I'm hoping that one person can hear me and then do something about this. And nobody is in charge of you. Nobody is responsible for you. I have taught you guys enough on this, my faith, that God created you to perform. If you're going against God's will, you're going to struggle. And when you're struggling, you're not putting anybody in it to it. That's why it's very important to watch what you're connected to. Don't let anybody pest you just because they cannot control or plan their life very well. There's so much resources. God is speaking every day. You pay attention. In Genesis, God's initial design for man is not what we are doing right now. It's not the fulfill of demands of others that have placed on us. That is not God's demand, the initial design for men. And to do work from a place of partnership and presence with God, never apart from Him. When you walk under God's blessings, it brings fulfillment and joy, not burnout or exhaustion. When you walk under God's blessing, it's a choice, blessing or curse. When you walk under God's blessing, it brings fulfillment and joy. and not burnout or exhaustion. When I did my master's degree, my professor, I learned a lot through my master's. I did MBA, and it was very practical. One comment my professor made one time, he said, if you have to get up every day and dread about going to the office or going to where you work, you are in the wrong career. You need to quit and find something else. If you have to get up, you know how people come into the office angry? Some people come into the office in the morning angry. The people get up to go to work. They think they're doing the company a favor. No, you are working to make ends meet. That means if you don't work, you're not going to get paid. You won't get your rent paid. You're not going to get your car paid. You're not going to eat. So you're not doing anybody a favor by going to work. You are fulfilling an obligation that brings you blessing. Think about it that way. It's going to help you. Most people think that's why you see these negative relationships between people and their bosses and the company they work for. Because they think that doing that company a favor. You are not. If you don't come, they will replace you. So you going to the office is for you. You should be thanking the company for giving you job to maintain the lifestyle that you want. So God's blessings supposed to bring fulfillment and joy. So when you work, you're partaking in the blessing of God, which in turn supposed to bring you fulfillment and joy. Anything else other than that is not of God. Go and tell your pastor I said that. Tell your woman of God I said. I have known this at least in my early 20s when I was doing maths was when I was 23, when I had maths 24, 20. At least between my 20s and my 30s, I was in law school. I did 3 to 4 jobs. I never recovered. I knew it was temporary. I told Ike, I'm going to give you at least up to 5 years to strengthen yourself. After that, I cannot go beyond. That's when I knew you can work temporary for exhaustion if your body can take it. But you need to have a plan to flip it over. Most people stay in that state. I could not have stayed in that state. So I knew that to get my blessing, I have to enjoy what I'm doing. And that's why I thank God I did not listen to all the people that tried to distract me. Go do medical. Go do nursing. Imagine if I had done nursing, how miserable I would have been, because that's not my line. I'm not saying that nursing is misery. But for me, I don't know what joy I could have driven from it. So you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to the signs. I was rather a cashier in the grocery store, Kroger's, Randall's, JCPenney, Macy's. I worked in those department stores and grocery stores. I find joy doing that than go do nursing A. And that was the direction people were trying to take me. I know people that are stuck today because they were taken into the wrong path. Your job is a blessing from God that's supposed to bring you fulfillment and joy. Go and write that down. Your work. Not people's work, your own. Because sometimes we miss the point. Throughout, when I'm suggesting, throughout this talk we're talking, I'm suggesting that there's some simple practices that you want to embrace to rest and work against burnout. Now, it's a race. So what I'm talking about, all this stuff I'm mentioning right now, is for you to wake up and begin to now change the direction against burnout. This is your body. You're going to get burnout. When you think about it, it's better to start very small. Let me give you a few things you can do today to take a deep breath. I have some space for God's rest. Drive the speed limit. Most of us don't. We are always in a hurry. We pay attention when you're driving. Don't put too much emphasis. Have you seen people that are in the car? Somebody calls them, they're cursing the person, they're not hearing you. Somebody is going slow in front of you. You pass them and start getting irritated. Those people are not hearing you. People will be driving on their own, in their lane. No, you're in your lane. You're pointing at them and cursing them out. They are not hearing you. You're stressing yourself out. You're irritated. So when you get in the car next time, take your time, relax a little bit as you're driving. Maybe you can find some joy in driving. You're supposed to have joy in what you do. Even if you're hurrying, it's just going to be very temporary. But find joy in it. Set a time limit on your social media. Set a time limit on your emails. Set a time limit with your phone calls. Have you guys gone on social media and you start flipping? Before you know it, it's the next morning. You say, I'm not going to do it again. And you wake up again, you do the same thing again. And you keep doing it again. Somebody call on the phone, you say, next time when she call, I'm not going to talk to her again. But you got on the phone, you talk for another hour with this person. And you're just talking about nothing, not even business plan. You're just talking. And have you ever walked into a store, I'm telling you everything I do. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I'm innocent or that I'm all perfect. No, I am not. It's a work in progress for all of us. Walk in the store to pick up one, you find yourself walking the whole aisle. And then at the end of the day, you get home, you're rushing. It's all strategical emphasis you have to start making. Put these strategies in place so you can be able to utilize them when you feel like you need to. If you need to remember my voice when I say you're dangerously pushing against reality by being burnt out. Take a moment and pray and invite God into where you are today. Take a moment and pray. See all these things we are chasing. I want to do this. I want to do. If you don't have the money or don't have the connection or the resources, you should take your mind off of it so you don't drive yourself crazy. That's why most people are doing some things against God. See women selling their body. You see people that doing fraud. Everybody doing all kinds of stuff. Why? Because we're sitting, putting our eyes where we are not supposed to be yet. And that doesn't create rest for us. It creates a lot of things for us. So what you need to pay attention to is the same thing that you need to know when you're born out. So invite God to help you. I'm going to block you, Olamide. If you type that again, this is not the page. I will block you, okay? So don't type it again. When you do, listen to what I'm talking about. Maybe it can help you to change your mindset a little bit, okay? So take a moment to invite God in. God created you and made a difference in your ability to do some things. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you have created a different obligations for yourself. I'll give you guys an example. Years ago, there was this lady I was helping. I'm not going to name names. So I was helping them. I told you guys I used to ship cars home and ship stuff home for people. So I started several businesses for people in Nigeria today. And this was like in Abuja. So I have like several people that have shops. And I was supplying them goods. So I will be here. Sometimes I carry goods more than $10,000. And then I will do like a 40-foot container. See all these diapers, baby food. I did all of them. School uniforms. So people that just supply for them. Sometimes I just supply like a startup course for them. I say, go ahead and get it done. So what it is that because someone like me, when I'm giving and when I'm doing for you, I might be looking at you, but I'm not going to pest you. I'm not going to come back and say, give me back the money. Money doesn't return. See all these beautiful Easter dresses that children wear. I have this person that have a boutique. Most of them are still owing me today. It's not like they're owing me, but it's like a sacrifice or a saraka that I did. But when their direction begin to change, because one thing about people is that when you begin to feel like you want to assist them, they make it your obligation. This person had about, I think, 2 or 3 kids by then. It's not like she's looking for a boy or a girl. She had like 2 boys and a girl. Had 3 kids. But when I came into her life to assist her, she got into the business. Now, she left the emphasis that she's supposed to focus on the business, because now in her mind, remember, I was using credit card to buy this album. I'm already in debt in the United States. Taking the money, trying to help somebody else in Nigeria to get better. But when I entered their picture, they made me it's like I'm obligated to them now. So I can't even smile. If I decide to smile, she will text me, oh, mommy, we haven't eaten, children are hungry, this one, so I will leave the smile, I'm smiling, and carry whatever I'm doing and send it. That became a habit for them. But one thing about me, I tell people I have a very strong spirit. I don't think too many people can do something against my goodness and go free with it. I don't think. I don't have that experience. I'm not keeping count. I'm just saying, because when people bring out their heart to do something for you, don't know what direction they're going. Me, I was getting burnt out. I was having issue with my marriage because every paycheck I make goes to Nigeria to help people. I don't pay 1 bill in the United States that time because Ike was alive. He was doing everything. And I keep doing this stuff. Every money I make, so I have a sign that say I work to support my whatever. He used to say, whatever you're doing at home. And then people will take an advantage. This happened that this lady lost track because remember me, I'm always shipping clothes home. I mean, and I pay for the shipping, I pay for the clothes. All you have to do is carry it and sell. And then start thinking of your family so that you don't have to keep asking me for money. But some months now, we don't have customer, nobody's coming in. I send money for food. Okay, the baby needs milk, I send money for food. Next thing I know, boom, she got pregnant again. I ask a question. This pregnancy, is it part of your plan? Can you afford it? Oh, mommy, don't worry, business is picking up and everything. I said, okay. I left it alone. They continue. Me, I'm over here struggling, struggle, no be small thing. They almost repossessed my car. They almost kicked us out of it because when I got so tired, he said, no, I'm not going to pay your car notes. You have to pay at least something. I couldn't pay my car notes. And I was making good money. It's not like I wasn't making money. But everything was going to Nigeria to help people. And I was stressing. Most of you are still doing the same thing today. I'm just telling you to learn. To learn from it. We feel so guilty. And with that guilt you have, people don't understand. Once you put your hand to help somebody, they will sit still and they will drain you. I told you guys they sucked Ike. Sucked Ike. You think if Ike is not alive, everybody else will not make it. As soon as he left this world and they buried him, everybody moved on to the next victim. I know how this people, that person I was helping bought Miss Moto, they bought Camry, they bought Sienna van because now they have children, they have to be taking children around. They keep lavishing money squad. These people don't bother to save anything. All I did was withdraw, sending clothes. Remember, I've sent clothes at least 10 times. Each of them were at least $10,000 each clothes I sent. If you sell those clothes, you get the money and rebuy another one. But no. It's always one story after the other. One story. Me, I can quit cold turkey. I quit, walked away, washed my hand off. Today, it's been years. Maybe about 3 or 4 years now. Me, I don't even look your way anymore. If they say you're picking food on the streets, I'm not going to look at you. Most of you get opportunities. Your greed and your ways will not allow you to build on it so you can ease the person that is helping you. Especially when you put your mind to suck. You start sucking the person. Most people have left this world because of obligations of others. God spoke against it. God say, help people, but don't bury yourself from helping people. You cannot burn yourself for people. I became a victim of that. I almost had a heart attack. The day I heard the news, I was in my hotel room. I was in an apartment in Nigeria. I had the news about something that somebody did to me. I passed out. If the pastors were not around, and I was so far from home, I left here to go to Nigeria and discover my worst nightmare. For somebody that I was helping, that I put under my wings. So I have come, God has woken me up. The only gift I can give you is for you to pay attention. Because I know that God placed people in your life. That doesn't mean I don't take care of people. I have mentorship program going on. But see all these random people that come from nowhere, pay attention to that. You guys need to go find your uncles. Go find people you're related to. If people are going to do charity work, they didn't do it at their own will. This is what people do. This burnout is real. It's not what God meant for anyone to live through. Most of you, I have somebody right now that every day she's tired. And people at home does not know that. Because why? American system is different. You're going to be looking good. Of course, you can be having fun. But people at home don't know. But when you go home, you see that even if you're living within your means, you're much better than most people that you see. I'm not saying that Nigeria is bad, but I'm talking to people in diaspora. Don't get burnout. You are not obligated for everybody. That's not what God wants of you. Take care of yourself. I am tired of people dropping every day. There was a burial on Saturday. People go to work, come back, sit on their chair, they slump. People just walk around, they slump. I'm going to keep preaching this thing because I know what it's like. Me, I have been through enough. I've been through worse. That time we were living in this country, I used to carry my car and dash people. Whenever we buy a new car, we dash people cars. All those people that if you allow them right now, they will put a knife on my back and do what they want to do. That means I was working against God. I figured it out. That's why I say I'm not for everybody. Because you think you can save everybody, you cannot. When you work against God, you're going to suffer, even in the midst of you doing good. I promise you that. Every time you help somebody, they betray you, you're working against God. People have done something, let them pay their dues. Don't go and interject in what God is doing. Sometimes people that are good do this. I'm giving you an insight if you haven't thought about it. My own was back to back. I had to sit back. It was a pastor that helped me figure it out. He said, you are good. You are hope. You give hope to people. But everybody's not for you. You're trying to give hope to people that are not for you. So when they get that hope, they're going to turn around and use it against you. Because some of you, there's no reason why you can do so much good for people and then you end up being the one hurting, crying about it. It's written right here that I talked about it. God, when you walk under God's blessings, it brings you fulfillment and joy. When you get it, walk away. Leave it alone. If you keep doing it, and then they keep crying, you keep doing it, one day they're going to turn around, they're going to bite you. That means you have gone way out of where God has described for you to do. It's very important you pay attention. Because this thing happens to people a lot. I see people a lot, this happening. People can sit down and complain and keep telling me and say, do you have to keep doing it? They're going to keep making plans. They're going to keep creating scenarios. They're going to keep going to your heart because that is the gateway to get at you. But you're responsible for yourself. When you're dangerously burnt out, please Do yourself a great. Don't even tell anybody. Let them talk. I was just talking to my babe this morning. He was telling me, people are going to talk anyway. Let them talk, but make sure you're taking care of yourself. In the airplane, they will tell you to put your mask first before you put somebody else's mask. They didn't tell you, go and put people's mask before you put your... If you don't have the energy, you cannot take care of people. There are people that don't know how to... There are people that have PhD in sucking somebody. So these people going around on people that they don't know. They have not eaten. People that do that, they have PhD, they have mastered the art of that. That's why nobody can help innocent people anymore. Because these people have managed to make helping people very dangerous. So this random help, be very careful about it. Because there are people that have begun to make it their career. Don't burn yourself out. If you work hard, get what you need to get for charity, enjoy yourself without guilt. You worked for it. Life is too short. Life is getting shorter. That thing you're chasing, cut down if you need to so you can enjoy what you have made right now. This thing you're thinking is coming. You want to save because you're going to do this. You might not get time to do it. Go and start doing them. That's what God wants of you. Supposed to farm, harvest, and chop, right? You during harvesting is when you get what you need to get, sell what you need to sell, store what you need to store, and eat what you're supposed to eat. All we do is we farm, or we sow, or we put things out there, we harvest, we store, we give away, and we starve ourselves. In actuality, that's what most people are doing. Because when people see you harvesting what you have planted, they will line up. They will line up. You're going to have to remember yourself in the midst of sharing. If you don't, they're not going to tell you, did you get any? In short, they will tell you, I didn't get any. You carry the one you have and give them. They will take it. That's not of God. Have your limits. I'm just to share this. So I hope you guys know the difference. Well, most people tend to misunderstand some things. You hear one thing, you think it's another thing you're hearing. Pay attention to this. When you walk under God's blessing, it brings you fulfillment and joy, not burnout or exhaustion. So if you're feeling exhaustion all the time, you're not walking under God's blessing. You have changed the direction and go to something else. Make magic for God to speak. When you know that you can pay attention and hear God, you're going to know when you are hitting, when you're getting dangerously tired, when you're hitting against the norm. Because God is always talking. God is going to tell you. There's time you want to get out of bed, everything will be achy. You take Tylenol and put it in your mouth so you can be able to get up. It's not of God. If you do it every day, something is wrong. You need to cut down. If you have 2 cars, take one back. Go sell it. Because it doesn't make any sense to be enjoying God's blessings and you're hurting. Doesn't make any sense. You're driving the Jeep, but you don't have rest. Everything is achy. I don't understand that. Someone gonna have to make it make sense to me. Maybe because I've always been a money person. I've always been a planning, saving person. That because when I look at my bank account, I feel good. It gives me some level of confidence. I'm not going to have a dry bank account and I'm parking 20 cars outside. It does not make any difference. It doesn't work like that. I can have my beginning season when I'm working towards something, but I've passed that level. I've worked for this country for over 30 years. I'm not going to sit down in this, my 30-something years of work instead of using, and say I'm scrapping. It doesn't make any sense. I have wasted something along the way, and it's not God. It's not about, oh, because you have lucky. No. It's about being intentional about what you're doing. What you're doing right now, where is it going to lead you? Are you making plan to rest? Or are you just going to keep going? For how long? So now if I decide to rest, people are going to say, oh, you're too young to rest. You were not with me. I started working since I was 6 years old. That's how long I've been on the street working. So all of us have different paths. So why would you not rest? Why would I work for over 30 years for the city of Houston? And I'll come back and say, I can't afford to retire. Who did that to me? Nobody. So there's nothing that you're struggling with that you have not gotten sign. God is always speaking. You have to make that margin so you can hear from God. The time I made the decision about this my job, it has not been easy. Most people quit. Most people slept. Oh, people even made fun of me at the beginning. But everything is a stage. You have to be patient enough to let something mature before you go to the next level. So that now you can rest. There's no way I can be working hard at this time of my life. It's not possible. Because my body is not allowing me to do that. And this is the fact. And I cannot force my body. Because this is what I teach. It's what I practice. Financial planning is what I put in place for people. So if I cannot take my own advice with everything I've done, at least more than 15 years of my life, my first 15 years of working is for Nigeria. Everything goes to Nigeria. See, today they're not better. I promise you, all those people, they are not better. That's why I had to cold turkey stop. Because they feel like it's a forever thing. And most of them will make you feel guilty. Oh, your nobody is asking about me. When my children are suffering, you had an opportunity to sustain yourself. You didn't sustain it. And then when that helped you remove, now that we're in a hard economy, everybody's struggling. But you know you misused your opportunity. And God is still doing some things in the midst of that. So make sure you can hear God. There's no denying that you're in a position of running yourself ragged or dangerously tired. No denying. Everybody have that opportunity to do that. Everybody. It's a choice. It's a choice. Maybe you are reading, you're listening to me right now, or you go and read the scripture in the Bible, and you see when you say God worked for 6 days and he rests on the 7th day. In your mind, oh, that's God. But there's a reason why rest is being mentioned in the scripture. Because human beings are created to make sure they take time for themselves, not being interfered by anybody's business or anybody's obligation. When Christ rested, he rested. He did not do any miracle. Even if the sick called him, he did not go. He rested. Resting is not you have a downtime to go and start looking for who did not call your name. Resting is not I have a downtime. Let me go and visit this person. Resting means that you are taking the day off to do nothing, but something that makes your soul smile. What can you do today? What practical steps can you take to disentangle yourself from all the commitments and responsibilities that got you stuck, burnt out, and then in dangerously tired position? What step can you take? This is a valid question I'm asking you. And you're going to explore it. And you're actually going to look at the task that you have. And you're going to invite God to it. And you're going to do everything possible to listen so you can hear which one you need to drop. Most of you get tiny instincts. You know that instinct is telling you something. But maybe because you have gone too far, you want to block it and continue. Those voices might come when it's not convenient for you. They always come when it's not convenient for you. If it's convenient, we all listen to it, right? You're hearing those tiny voices when you say it's not convenient. Because you're going to have to pay a little bit of attention. People ask me, there was somebody I was coaching the other day, he said, why do I have to do it? Why can't just God do it? God is not going to do it for you. You have to do it. So you want to sit down and be making God plan your life and do everything for you. So you keep getting in trouble. He keep getting you out. You keep getting in trouble. You say, God said, go left. You say, no, I'm going to go right because you come and get me when I go right. That's the perception people are having when they are praying. You're praying, haven't taken time to analyze and evaluate what you're doing, where you are, what you're engaged in, what position you're taking. And you're praying because you want God to make the decision for you. To not stop you. After you pray, you go back and do the worst. And then that time of prayer, you telling yourself you're a child of God. So God's supposed to stop you. God will not go against your will. He doesn't work like that. If you haven't known that, know that today. If God can make everything easy for us like that, all of us will be messing up. But we expect him to come and fix it. He will fix it, or he's a fixer. But he goes according to who you are and your heart. You cannot be harboring stuff and expecting God to come in there and do something. You have an obligation. You are responsible. You are 1000% responsible. God already laid down the plan. He is constantly there waiting for you. So don't say you're waiting on him. Go and do what you need to do. Pay attention. God invites you to rest. God built it into the rhythm of the world. The rhythm of the world, God built in rest. Rest? Jesus. God building rest in the rhythm of the world is one of the things you will lose sight of because of brokenness. We lose sight of the rhythm that God built into our life, which is rest, because we are broken, or we want to sin, or we want to do something that is against God's will. On the seventh day, God rested from all the work he has done. This is in Genesis 2, verse 1 to 3. Not because he was tired or needed to break out, but because he could enjoy his creation. More than that, he modeled for all of us who get tired what it looks like to have healthy rhythm of work and rest. Healthy rhythm. You know, most of you, especially all these church people, sorry, because there's somebody I just spoke to sometime last week, that a prayer warrior that can pray the whole world down and pray on the ground. They're missing the connection. Some people read the Bible, they miss the connection. Because whenever they're reading the Bible, they have you in their mind. They think they're reading to you. And someone will say, okay, widows should be doing this. They're looking at me. Don't look at me. You can actually apply yourself to it. People preach because of that. People say, people can be looking at you. They're preaching because of you. And they will lose sight of what they're supposed to be doing. Somebody the other day was trying to give me advice a widow. I say, oh girl, that's you. I'm not your regular any type of widow. Don't put me in that category. This life is for me to enjoy. That life is over. That's what sister people put you in. This thing about rest is there's a lot of clarity here. There is no misunderstanding. Go and read Genesis 2, verse 1 to 3. There is no hidden agenda there. He said, God invites you to rest. He built this rhythm into our world. He did not build it into each individual. He built it for me. No, he built it into the world. That means all of us supposed to partake in it. It's a rhythm of work and rest. And he did that on the 7th day. He rested. And he went on and said that he did not rest because he was tired. No. It's in the Bible. God did not rest because he was tired. He just wanted to sit back and enjoy his creation. So you're working, supposed to enjoy and rest. Hey, but what do we do? I will later when I make 10,000. When I pay off this bill, as you're paying one car up, you'll pick up the latest one. You feel paying that one up. Somebody are going on vacation, you jump in, go. It's not your, you don't have to go. You're creating more. You're doing all kinds of stuff. And you're going against. That's why some people's work bring blessing to them. One child, I will call it a child, a teenager, I was mentoring one time, got very upset. Why did because the parents she lost them back to back. And it was because they overworked themselves. The mom was a nurse. She just dropped. And I'm thinking it's aneurysm. Just dropped like that. So the father just slumped one day. So she getting upset. Why won't God, they're working to take care of them? I said, no, baby, don't work like that. Your parents knew. They were getting all the signs. Because you know when you overtake somebody, people feel like they don't have any choice. If your child is trying to go to school, let them take student loan if you cannot afford it. America made it like that. If they take a student loan, they can pay for it, or when you get a chance, you can pay it off. But ease yourself out of it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. And then if you know that you cannot be running around with education, ease yourself out of it. They're going to get educated. They are, especially they're in America. I put myself through school. Nobody paid anything. Your children can do the same thing if you're not able to. Don't go and burn yourself out because of that. Because at the end of the day, if they lose you, nobody's going to be there for them. That's what that child is suffering. It's going to take somebody to now untangle her head for her not to feel like when you go to work, something's going to happen to you, you're going to get sick. That's what children take in. Oh, because my mother was working, this happened to her. My father was working. I said, no, it's not. Work can be joyful. Work can be enjoyable. Depends on what it is that you're embarking yourself on. So God stated that here. They said God rested, not because he was tired, but he needed to take a break because he could enjoy his creation. More importantly, God has modeled this lifestyle into our rhythm of life. He had put rest in the rhythm of life. That's why you have to rest and relax. But where to start? We think God shows us that the rest begins with making margin or space. No. Burnout propels us forward with fierce momentum. So it requires putting on a break. Right now you are on the go because you're burnout. So you're going to have to apply a solid break. And when you say break, you're breaking. It's not like slow down to ease yourself. I need to break. You need to know where you are so you can break out of it. So you might need that. So it requires putting on a break. Sometimes, very firmly, you see a clear example of this kind of slowing down throughout the scripture. In the practice of Sabbath, God, most of us don't even pay attention to Sundays anymore. It doesn't have to be Sunday. Pick one day. There are people that go to church on Saturday. There are people that their Sabbath is Saturday, Friday, whatever day you pick. Pick one day. Pick one day. Take one day at a time. Take one day in a week set aside from work, shopping, or being productive to simply rest, worship God, and then take a break to relax. But for a lot of people, reorienting every week around a day fully committed to rest can be very daunting. Because you have managed to create things for every hour of the day, every day of the week. Can be very daunting. Me, I can stay in bed. Saturday is my day. Sometimes you call me, I'm in bed. Not that I can't get up, I just don't want to get up. Especially when I go out on Friday night and you want me to be protected on Saturday, I rest on Saturday. I've tried to have things to do on Saturday, I can't do it. The same thing with Sunday. Me, I can take 2-3 days, any day it takes, because I go hard on myself during the week. So I know I might need more than one day, I will take it. So if you're wondering how you can practice the margin in your own life right now, but not sure you can commit to the entire day. Most of you will not commit to the entire day. Oh my God, the people that are so busy, if they take a whole day, they will feel like the whole world is about to leave them. Like, you know, people are busy, but there are people that they have to keep moving. They don't move. They feel like, oh, I have to go do this. I have to go. It's like you have to almost tie them down. I used to tell one of my girlfriends, I'll kidnap her, and I'm not playing. I said, I want to kidnap her, put in a plane and say, let's go. Me, I love to go. People are like, how are you able to do this? So I enjoy it. Vacation is to be taken. Take it. You know, when you work, you set aside every hour or something for you to take vacation. Plan it around holiday so you can extend it. Just do something fun. This fun you're waiting to have later, you might not. I have seen people leave without it. I have a girlfriend that build all kinds of houses in Nigeria, build empire of a business. Today, she's no more. You know, I mean, come on now, guys. Come on. You guys have seen it too. I'm not the only one that's experiencing people not enjoying what they worked hard for. You have. Who do you think they? You think, oh, it doesn't concern me. You're seeing that for a reason. Anything that happens around you, God is showing you something to help you amend your path or your way. Every time you see something, you're seeing it for a reason. It's in your face for a reason. It's because there's something you're supposed to gain from it. Most of us will see it, will push it away and keep going. Please, guys, please. I don't even know what to do about this anymore. Please, I've seen people, I've seen things. So there's somebody that they told me she's no more. I expected it. And I was telling the person say, oh, that's so bad. I said, don't tell me that's so bad. We all know. You know. Come on now. Of course, we feel bad about it, but you know. Especially when the person is stubborn. You're telling, I mean, when they just have her burial, I think sometime last month or last 2 months. They buried her last 2 months. Everyone was like, I said, you guys know you know. And all of us have tried. It's not like you didn't try. You know? So most of us see these things, you try to direct people, but some people are just, that's when you feel like devil has gotten involved. Because some people, you know, devil will give you this stubborn spirit. And you don't want to hear anything. And you keep going. And that's why everybody hands up, because you don't want God to turn his back on you. And most of us get to that point. So God has modeled this rest. Let's just try to practice it and make sure that we partake in it. So you're wondering how you want to practice it. Exchange one of your weekly commitments for an hour. Do it at a time. Because I know most of you cannot find the entire day, right? So let's start very small. So you go in and you think about the whole day. You know what to do tomorrow. I said tomorrow because now I'm entering morning. Most of you are waking up. So if people are waking up today, everything you have lined up is change 1 hour of that thing just for yourself. When you get that 1 hour, block it. and stay still. Don't do anything. If you want to laugh, laugh. Or you can just lay down and close your eyes. I don't care what time of the day it is. It could be midnight. It could be 12 noon. Whatever you feel like you can exchange 1 hour. Lay down and close your eyes. Don't plan anything. Don't read anything. Don't even do anything. Just rest. Let's call it rest in God. Rest in God. Practice just being with God and listening to Him. Go back and think about stuff that's happening. Think about how the events of your life have come. Think about how things are linked together. Think about the things that are going on right now that you could say, oh my God, you saved me on this. Most of us don't have time to slow down enough to go through our encounter. Those encounter you're having is making you stronger and preparing you for tomorrow. But we breeze those encounters without remembering. During this time that you want to rest in God, God might show you where you're trying to do. God might show you things that you've never seen before. God might begin to now get involved to ease you. Things that you used to do very hard might become very easy because you have begun to rest as God instructed. Rest in God. Too much of everything you're doing is too bad. You are not the only one that have obligations and commitments that cannot keep them 1 hour a day. The sooner you understand that people are more committed than you and they still find time to rest in God. God might point out some commitments that are not healthy for you. God might take you out of a negative environment that is not meant for you. When you take your time to rest in God, you're going to be seeing clearly. And the way you do things will be different. Maybe God just wants to hear about your day. Maybe all the prayers you have been praying that seem like you are being forced to pray. Maybe the time you said, I'm going to rest, you can have a conversation with God. And God might be able to tell you something. But you won't either if you don't take the time to sit and be with God who loves you and knows exactly what you need. God wants to help you rest. Take a first step to welcome the help that God is offering you. Rest. And when you decide to do this, of course, we know that it's not going to be easy because as you're trying to walk towards this, the devil is going to get busy. You always have to expect that when things are about to change in your life for the better, that there is a force that is going to make you work against it. And when I tell you you're your greatest enemy, you think I'm just speaking because I don't understand. It's because you have your head loaded with junk. You don't have clarity on anything because you're so loaded with some things that doesn't belong there. So you are prone to fall into certain temptations. And that is what's going to take you back. Evaluate why you want to leave some commitments behind. You are not an island. You are not a sole source to take care of everything. You're driving yourself to the grave. Have a purpose driven by God. Everything will rise up. God says we are humans. We are human beings, not human doing things. We are always doing. Sometimes we act like human doings will fill our calendar with non-stop activities and never reach the end of our to-do list. And it leaves you so busy and burnt out. If you are feeling that way, can you gently ask a really, really important question? What are you doing exactly? Ask yourself that important question. What commitments and responsibilities are running you into the ground? What's making you feel like you're being pulled into 1,000 different directions? What is it that you're doing that is so important? Instead of suggesting you immediately stop doing a bunch of things, I'm asking you to challenge yourself and dig a little deeper to consider what you are doing so that you can reflect on why you are doing each and every one of them. Do you feel like you are the only one? Do you need help? Do you need to temporarily relieve yourself of your obligations? Oftentimes we say yes to things we shouldn't because we are prone to people pleasing. People pleasing is one of the avenues that will run you to the ground. You take on another project at work. You take on a project at home. You take on a project because you see someone screaming and you forgot yourself that you actually are not able to. Maybe you volunteer in church only because it's the right thing to do. Most of you will say, God wants me to do it. Does God want you to run yourself on the ground to serve him? The answer is no. As you unearth the intentions behind all of your commitments and start to see trends, then you can begin to identify what you need to step back from. Maybe it starts because you are trying to do good. But if you're throwing yourself into too much because you're trying to do good, it's not good. God invites you to partner with him and work with him. But it's not because he needs you to get the work done. And why you might not be able to, but he calls you to show you a better way to take care of yourself and rest. He needs you more than the work you're trying to do. You can trust God with the things that you stop doing. And you can trust him with the things you choose to keep doing. Either way, the responsibility lies with you. And it lies with God to put you through that and not you. If you fall back on certain obligations, God is ultimately going to find somebody else to pick it up because you need to rest. Ultimately, if you're going to rest in God's invitation, rest, then you have to let go of all the things that you're trying to do mentally and begin the journey of believing that God will take care of everything. If you're feeling like you need to take a nap, take a nap. If you're feeling like you need to put your phone off, turn your phone off. If you're feeling like you need to stop talking to certain individuals, stop talking to them. If you feel like there's a phone call that gives you negative rush each time you get out of it, stop making the phone calls. God, who put things together for you, did not design for you not to enjoy his blessings. Your work is your blessing and you must enjoy it. Settle into your identity in Christ. Burnout is a sure sign of misplaced identity. If you're burnout, you are misplaced identity. Think about it. The highly motivated, cutthroat young person is likely to entangle themselves into so much stuff. But as time goes on, as you get successful, you're supposed to release it. You cannot continue like that for a very long time. When you are burnt out, you are not fully resting in your identity as God believed that you should. Already, you have been created for a certain purpose, which is not supposed to give you a burnout. So I'm asking you that if you feel like you're always burnt out, make sure that when you go and evaluate and reevaluate what you're doing. You can't pretend. It's not easy. You can't pretend you're the only one that can do it. You can't pretend that if you don't do it, it's not going to do it. The truth is, none of us are going to be the one that only can do something. When it comes to resting in the identity that God created for you, then you must rest. You'll have seasons when you can relax. You have seasons when you walked, seasons when you can relax, and seasons you need to rest. You cannot walk all the time. You might even have aspects of that identity that you're settled in, but others will see you struggling and know that you're in the wrong identity. You're not living for Christ. I'm asking you to rest. So circle back to the top of your list and read again slowly and see what you can put out. Take all the guilt away. Rest in the work that you finished already and enjoy where you are. You're free to be who you are because God created you to be who you're supposed to be in your own identity. What truth is in your heart? Consider things that might be different this week. Consider things that you might do that will be different. If you are confident in your significance of God, maybe you will not put too much on yourself. You will start to take things off and do what it is that you need to do so God can do his work. Most of you are not resting because you're trying to do God's work. Most of you are stuck because you're trying to do things for God. You're overworking yourself. When something is not moving or working, you need to leave it alone. Work from rest. Don't rest from work. Work from rest. Don't rest from work. What you know sometimes can be fascinating to human hearts. It's only pumping and it makes you work. 1/3 of the time, your heart is pumping. The other 2/3 is resting. During rest, the heart refuels with the blood and prepares for the next thing that's coming. In other words, the heart rests to prepare for the work, for the next work it has to do. God designed this function in our hearts. We should take some notes about it and remember. Truth is, God wants you to rest. I hope you feel embodied to embrace this. I hope you feel obligated to walk in the way God designs humans to walk. There should be work and rest. In this country, they have an age for retirement that when you get to a certain point, you need to retire. So most of us need to practice that so it can help us. So make sure that you're focusing on that. Don't stress yourself out about rest. Most people start stressing. I need to rest. I need to rest. No. You need to now go that list to make it. I always ask people to do this. I say, go around the whole day. Do this for like every different days. You can do from Monday to Sunday. So you can see where your time is going. It's called, some of this is practice during time management. If you haven't done time management, you want to do that. Because time management is one of the sought out courses and sought out training that some people that want to be successful go through. time management is not, it's not a must that you're going to respond to everything. So when I come in here, I tell you guys to stop spending your time on non-relevant things. I'm not saying it because I just want to talk. Because you need some time out of the day for yourself so you can rest. So make sure you're practicing that. Now, I have a prayer for you to end this. Jesus, here I am. I'm overextended, tired, burnt out. I need your help. And I need deep, restorative rest. This journey of learning to pause and trust you to do more, like everything else, is something you will take me and lead me on and help me to get to. As I take steps towards, I need your help. I need your spiritual guide. I need you to help me make wise decisions. Bless me with friends to walk alongside with me. Give me support from loved ones as I set healthier boundaries to protect me and have time to rest. I love you, Jesus. Thank you for offering me rest. Thank you for helping me to accept the offer to rest. Now, you guys say I did not offer you. I just told you now. God is offering you rest. Rest. Now, when I sit down there and be thinking, you don't have any choice. If I don't do it, nobody's going to do it. The whole world is going to fall apart if I don't do it. I haven't seen any, the world have not stopped for anybody. I hope you guys know that. The world have not stopped for anybody. So take the time. Your body is tired. Try to rest. I'm talking more about this because I told you guys I'm thinking about retiring. And people, it's not like I'm retiring so that I don't do anything. I'm still gonna be working, but it's just being obligated. And I want to do something fun. Either go back to school, learn some new skills, do some things, but it has to be fun. I'm one that like to have fun. Like when I'm out on Saturdays, it's just fun for me. And the day I go out on weekends, it's not fun for me anymore. I'll just stop it. I can go cold turkey on a lot of things. Okay, so try to take care of yourself as much as you can. I hope this touches somebody. I hope you guys gain one or two things from here. When you come in, please let me know where you're listening from and let me give you a shout out. And I thank you guys, as always, for being here. So let me know where you're listening from so I can give you a shout out. I hope this touched some. I hope you guys gain one or two things from here. I kind of went a little bit over, but I needed to capture this in one sitting because the story I was telling you guys is that, see, this thing that people go about making you feel obligated for, it could be stressful. And you want that, position yourself to it. Like when I decided that I'm not going to entertain anything but positive energy, it relieved a lot from me. Because sometimes we take nonsense. I was just thinking through today I was in the kitchen and I was like, okay, I feel so relieved. Someone was like, you feel so happy. I am, naturally. Because there's a place you get to in your life and you want to just float. You don't have any obligation. Me, I have done a lot. I have. Oh my God. I'm not trying to like put myself like, oh, you're doing so much, but I'm one at my age that have done beyond anybody could done. There's something I have done for humanity, for people. I'm still doing, but as a time you get to, you want to make sure that you get enough rest. Don't burn out. Delegate if you have to. You don't have to put your hand in everything, especially when you're getting certain age. All you have to do is just give instructions. You want to make sure that you step back a little bit and let the young teenagers or the young youths take the forefront and do what they need to do. But when you start struggling, feel like you have to put your hand in anything, I'm advising you to please take the time to rest. Because this rest we're talking about is not like go sleep all the time. No, you're still going to be functioning. You can be there as someone that offers wisdom, offers advice and talk. Like me, I do advise people, but me, I do not by any means support laziness. See all these people that are doing this, I don't support it. That's why I made it very clear that this page is not a giveaway page. If you're following me for giveaway, you're on the wrong page. I'm going to say it every time I get online because I want you guys to kind of get it, because I see people are not paying attention to the training, free training that's supposed to be helping them, but they are paying attention into something. See me, I have a village full, I have a cousin full, I have a buckets of brothers and sisters. So if you know that those obligations are there, you have to know that people that you're poking, and I do help strangers randomly. But I do it as my spirit leads me now. That's what I do. In the past, I wasn't paying attention. That's why I said, get aligned with God's word and what he wants of you. You're not here to save the world. You're not Jesus. Even Jesus could not do it. Jesus could not save everybody. You have to know, Jesus said, if you are for the truth, you are for me. So he had an understanding that his job is not to come here and then save everybody. That's why you cannot do a lot. Take care of yourself. Don't burn yourself out because of that. You know, this thing about rest is becoming more out there in the topic, because it seems like 24 hours is getting shorter and shorter. It's not like we need 27 hours now. You know, we need to stretch 24 hours to say 27 hours. But it's not enough anymore. I remember when I used to do that, I have come on here and said it on the profile. I think before COVID, I'm like, oh my God, is it 24? Can we extend this to 27 hours or 28 hours? And I was saying it because before you know it, boom, it's over. The day is over. The day is beginning. You are entering July next week. We're entering July. Guys, 6 months is gone. So, I mean, if you have been doing the same thing for the last 5 years, reevaluate. If you find yourself getting more tired, not being able to finish something, reevaluate a lot. Sometimes you have to make a hard choices and take a strong, you know, that break I say you need to take more, or oh no, match a brake, like you're coming to hit a car. You know, the way you apply your brake when you're close to hit a car is different from when you're trying to slowly stop. So you might want to push that firm brake and just stop it. And set boundaries. Most of us let people cross our boundaries, you know. And something else I want you to know, no, N-O, is a complete sentence. No, it's a complete sentence. You don't have to explain further when you say no. You know, you don't have to. People are going to be trying to talk and make you feel guilty. Don't worry about it. The only person that has the obligation to judge us is God. And God does not judge us in this earth. I was reading something on Tunde Enel's page. He said that every time they keep telling people do good, and the God's mansion is waiting for you in heaven. And most of you are not living in a mansion here, but you're expecting to live in a mansion in heaven. And that's a psychological thing. That people are trying to convince you, make you feel guilty, make you keep doing, because of this promise that they feel like you're going to get. And this is the preaching that they will do for you, to take everything you have and give it away and go and slave yourself, because they keep telling you that you're going to go and see something. I'm not talking against anything. I'm just trying to say that as they're preaching that, God preached about rest. And you're obligated to follow that preaching. There's something that can happen if you don't do that. I'm not saying anything is going to happen. I just feel like, to me, psychologically, I feel like there's just ways that we need to start practicing some of the things that are shared with us in the scriptures. Okay? So guys, thank you so much. And let me know where you're listening from so I can give you a shout out. Kelechuku, are you still there? Osadima, thank you. You guys are the one that came in early. Thank you, Augustine. I appreciate you being here. Osadima, you're from Owerri. Oh, you're in Owerri. Thank you. Kelechuku, you're in Lorry. That's true, you're in Lorry. Oh my God. Thank you. And thank you, honey, for 50 stars. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then I thank you guys for following my page and being here. And here comes Smart. Thank you. Good morning from here too. Good. Thank you. And here comes Smart. That's a nice name. Thank you so much. And you guys let me know when you come in, where you're watching from, so I can give you a shout out. You guys know we are growing. We are growing. Good morning. You know, your name is written in either Arabic or Chinese, but I know you put on the Those names, when I see them, some usually I delete them, because sometimes they just internet fraud is getting rampant, because they are getting successful. So you guys need to be very careful. And that's what happens with this chasing and then having the wrong direction. That's what it causes. That's why I don't entertain most things. So you guys be very careful. Okay. She's about precious. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Okay, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this. Williams Continental. Wow. All right, name. Thank you. Thank you. Stanley Sunday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Karen. Thank you. I'm doing good. It's been a long time. Where have you been? Where have you been, Karen? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Kennedy Uzigwe. I appreciate you. I hope it's something. I hope you guys get one or two things. Please, you guys try to rest. Take care of yourself. People are reversing age. When I say reversing age, I'm looking at some beautiful women this weekend. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, when I go out, nothing gives me joy than to see somebody working so hard, aging, and taking care of themselves. It gives me these sweet bubbles in my tummy. I'm like, yes. Because you guys don't know. It's like, that's why they say age is just a number. There's a lady I took picture in this week. She's about 72. Man, when I see her, I'm like, oh my God, what is your secret? She was just laughing. So some of these things I'm sharing is just because I talk to people a lot. I like to exchange people, especially people that I see that are different, doing something different, and try to exchange conversation with them to find out what they're doing. She looked good for her age, and that was something to look forward to. So I asked her that, and she was like, you're over 70. Oh my God. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I want to talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Bye.